Need to improve your club on Ultimate Team? Check out IGGM for safe and reliable coins with the link in the description. Get an extra 5% discount with code NA. What's good, y'all? For this video, we're going to be going over the 451, the second variant. And today we're going for a more unpopular, unmeta approach to this custom tactic. So it's going to be more of a for fun custom tactic that's still obviously going to be really good against the meta, but we're doing something different for once. Obviously, not only because this formation in general is just really uncommon and unpopular, but we're using this custom tactic to replicate, a real life team. Specifically, we're talking about Enzo Maresca and his Leicester City side. This custom tactic was made and tested with the help of the people from the eafc Tactical Hub. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a group where you can see a compilation of all of the different, meta custom tactics there are on FC24. So you find a lot of other creators in there as well. And you're also able to test people's custom tactics before they do release. These custom tactics were tested over there and they did a really good job. You can find that group with the Discord link in the description. But other than that, I've already mentioned everything that needs to be mentioned at the moment. We can go straight to the custom tactics. I have it set to defensive with 47 width, 69 depth, and defensive style balanced. Now, really, there's nothing too important besides the width, and the width is important primarily because I'll basically just spoil it for right now, but we're using an inverted fullback, and that inverted fullback will basically, since we want them to also keep in mind of the space that is available when we do lose the ball and make sure that, the counterattacks aren't a huge issue, we do have a higher than normal width just to make sure that fullback tracks back in time and covers that space before a winger of the other team takes advantage of it. But there's not really anything else in specific to defensive style on this formation. But other than that, we're going to have build up play balance with chance creation possession. I find possession to be way better if you're looking for custom tactics that give you more control of the runs that your players make. A lot of people do prefer direct passing primarily because it basically makes the game way easier for you. And I believe that's a huge misconception because with the possession chance creation, runs will be made. It's just a matter of when you actually unlock the runs. And that for me is way better because then you'll become more aware of the runs. So if you're a player that, is good at passing and things like that, you'll notice that your players will still make a lot of runs. It's just a matter of because now those runs are when they're relevant to you. And what I mean by that is, let's say you do a 1-2 or something like that, you're going to immediately notice it because, that's something that you normally pick up with your eyes. Compared to something with direct passing, that is just forcing runs from players that you're not even interacting with. So you end up not even seeing these runs to begin with. So in short, just think of it as like quality over quantity when it comes to runs. But it's also important to just have players opening up to begin with. And that's also what's really useful with possession. And then 31 width. Now it's narrow just to make sure the wingers on your team do get involved in the attack. And when I mean the attack, I'm talking about the final third when you get to the other team's box. But it's also important that we get them involved in the build-up phase. We want them to be in between the other team's center backs and fullbacks. That way they can make those runs in behind in penetrating position. But yeah, that's all when it comes to the width. But other than that, you have 5 players in the box, 3 corners, 2 free kicks, and then go straight to the player instructions. You're going to start off with your striker right here. Stay central, get behind, stay forward, and that's only because this striker right here is just a poacher. If you can get a big striker, that's perfect for this position because not only do you have good crossing opportunities on this custom tactic, but because you just need this player to occupy space, and big strikers tend to do that pretty good since they have like a higher profile. But generally speaking, this player is not going to be shooting as much as you want them to. It's going to be mostly in your center mids and wingers in this formation. So don't expect this player to be bagging 3-4 goals a game, unless obviously you're using someone like Soroloth or Drogba or something like that. But whatever striker you use, it doesn't really matter too much. And then your right winger right here is going to be on comeback on defense, stay wide, get in behind, get into the box for cross. The importance with comeback on defense is, one, to make sure we're still using that 4-4-2 defensive structure. But when it comes to stay wide and get in behind, I know it's a bit contradicting to not use cut inside like we normally do. But the reason why we do that is because cut inside won't work on this custom tactic if we're going to have the center mids attacking. And that's because those center mids, they're not like literally center mids, they're center mids in a 3 midfield, structure. So this means they're going to be attacking the space in between your striker and your winger really often. So cut inside, all that does is prevent the center mids in this formation from actually getting to attack and make runs into the box. And we don't want that. However, with stay wide, get in behind, the importance with that is the fact that they're still going to be inside the fullback, so that way you can still get a through ball to them, and you're still able to create a lot of goal scoring opportunities with this player. And then your left winger on this side right here is going to be on stay forward, stay wide, get in behind, but leave them at balanced crossing runs. Now, like I said, the stay forward, we have them to act as almost like a wide striker in this custom tactic, but the same idea applies with the stay wide and get in behind. We just need this player to give the center mid space, and stay wide and get behind allows it to be a passing option as well as a through ball option. And And then you're going to have Dybala right here, or your left center mid, who's going to be on get forward, drift wide, cover wing. Now this player right here is going to act like almost a winger themselves, like a half winger if that makes sense. So try to get someone with cam like play styles right here, or even a striker right here. Their defending stats do not matter, because all this player is going to do is act as a cam, so you don't really need them to be defending much. And then your center mid, your regular stay back center mid, is going to be on completely default with the addition of stay back while attacking and stay on the edge of the box for cross. And that's, like I said, this player's just a regular CDM. All they need to do is defend. They're not going to attack, especially since you already have two other center mids. And then your other center mid is going to be on bounce attack, get into the box for cross, drift wide, cover wing. Now this player we don't need to have on get forward, because we still need someone to help out with the center back whenever it's relevant, or sorry, the CDM. And this player is a player that can track back, be a passing option whenever it's needed. So that way, when the ball's at your CDM, he's still going to have options to pass to, since the ball on the left is going to be bombing the box really frequently. But the same idea applies to this attacking midfielder right here, because he's still going to attack the box really frequently. And he's still going to attack the half space to the right of the striker the same way Dybala is going to be attacking the left side. But obviously you're going to want someone that has good defense here, because this player is going to be holding a deeper position at times. It's also going to be really important to have good passing here as well. And then your left back, which is one of the more important, if not the most important custom tactic, or sorry, player instruction right here. We're gonna have them on balance attack inverted. And the reason why we're doing that is because with Dybala bombing the box, you're gonna need Paredes to need help in that build-up phase, especially when Enzo Fernandez on the right side is bombing the box as well. Putting him on inverted will allow him to hold that left center mid position in attack. That way Paredes has, like a passing option to pass the ball back and forth with. That way you have a double pivot midfield while Dybala and Fernandez are attacking the box. So at the end of the day, you're going to have 5 players ready to put themselves in a goal scoring or goal creating opportunity, while Beasley and Paredes right here can act as like the anchor, the playmakers. That combination has allowed me to score way more goals, because the issue with, using overlap instead is the fact that all it really does is enable you to get cutback opportunities, or like fake cutback opportunities, or crossing opportunities. And if that's not something you want to do, crosses or cutbacks, if you'd rather score with actual build-up possession through the middle, then putting him on inverted and then having that center mid in his place attack the box to be like a second striker or a winger makes it so much more easier. It's really important that you have a really good left back, as in like a left back that, think about it this way, try having a left back that you can trust to play at center mid as well. So Beasley is perfect for that, because he has really good, well-rounded stats. But if you have someone like Rolfo as well, who's a really good center mid, or maybe like, I don't know, Team of the Season's Grimaldo, players like that really. Because if you don't have a good left back for this, then this custom tactic is not going to work. You need a good left back. And then obviously if you don't have a good left back and you have a good right back instead, you can definitely just invert this formation and, flip it to make it work for you. But other than that, your 2 center backs are going to be on stay back while attacking, and then your right back's going to be also on stay back while attacking overlap. But the important part is to have a right back that, like I said, with the left back, you're going to need a right back that you can trust to be a CDM as well. So try to avoid having a right back that has, like, I don't know, really good attacking stats but so-so defending stats. You're going to want a right back that's tall, really fast, and good strength, because in the attack you're going to be shifting towards a kind of like a 3 at the back formation. So if your right back is a comfortable enough center back as well, if your right back's a player that you can trust to be a center back as well, if that makes sense, then you have no issues over here. But that's all for this custom tactic and the player instructions. Now the whole idea with this custom tactic is to not only just replicate Enzo Maresca's system that he's going to be using at Chelsea as well, for all the Chelsea fans out there, but it's also to shift away from the meta that's currently, spamming crosses, using aerial plus, which in my opinion is just really boring. I can't have fun that way. And all the custom tactics, the meta tactics out there, they try to consider that when they make these, the custom tactics. And what I mean by that is they're usually utilizing attacking fullbacks, overlapping fullbacks, things like that, to not only just spam cutbacks, but also spam crosses as well. And like I said, I can't play like that. It doesn't feel fun for me that way. So for all the possession players out there, the players that prefer good old build-up, dribbling, things like that, we're basically allowing for removing that, crossing capability with this custom tactic. And instead we're replacing it with an extra player almost for that build-up. So that way, you're not only going to have 5 players ready to score whenever it's needed, but you're still going to have that 2 midfield structure that allows you to build up really well. And honestly, I've had a lot of fun with it because it's completely different. I don't see anyone playing with inverted fullbacks nowadays. And hopefully with this custom tactic, we're able to see an increase in players utilizing a inverted fullback. And this formation is really unpopular to begin with. I don't really see many people using this formation, probably because it looks weird, but it's still really fun to be honest. But other than that, for other custom tactics, I do plan on dropping a 4-2-3-1 in a couple days. And that's gonna be, for the meta rats out there, I guess. For the people that just want the best possible custom tactic. It's gonna be a really good one. I was testing it earlier today and I had no issues with it whatsoever. I was getting people to rage quit really fast, so I'll have that dropped before Weekend League, hopefully. But other than that, if you have any questions, or if you want me to try out any other custom tactics or formations, go ahead and leave a comment, like, subscribe. That's all for today.